50 to 80 pounds, which is why you should buy damaged, cracked 19th century Chinese bowls. Now, I shouldn't really be telling you this because I'm giving away all of my secrets, but you will see very many of my colleagues on BBC television saying, never buy broken pottery or porcelain. Check it for cracks and chips. It has to be in pristine condition. Absolute codswallop is what I say. This is how I've lived my life throughout the decades, buying and selling fantastic objects. Because when you come to buy and sell pieces like this is a 19th century Chinese family rose bowl, Cantonese to be more precise, but in a very unusual shape. You've probably seen these things before, almost just like a sphere cut in half. But look at the depth of that thing. It's very different, nicely decorated on the side. Obviously, you know it's a bit damaged, right? I'm going to get onto that in a minute. I'm going to tell you why you should every time buy damaged pieces of pottery and porcelain. But just look at that shape and look at the size, and wait until I tell you how much the estimate is here at AFS Auctions in Taunton, Somerset. You probably know Antiques on High if you watch any of my videos on my antiques channels. It's the very first auction, and it's very exciting. I've got to say, it's a great atmosphere, and I will be bidding on some pieces. And if I get them, I'm going to give you an opportunity to buy them at a nominal profit, of course. But anyway, where was I? Gone off on a bit of a rant. So, you're putting me off there. So yeah, 19th century Chinese Cantonese. Why should you buy damaged pieces? Well, first of all, let me show you how you can tell that this one is damaged. Now, these things were made for the export market, for the Western market, because we had this, and we still do, an insatiable demand for anything Oriental, particularly Japanese and Chinese. So it was made for the Western eye, painted in enamels, all hand painted, depicting family scenes, or family scenes as we may well have imagined Chinese family scenes. And bearing in mind that when this was made in the 1880s, probably around that time, the likelihood of you, our ancestors, ever visiting China was just unbelievable. It's like maybe us going on a world cruise today. It's very unlikely we're ever going to do it. So this was the closest they would ever get to that exotic part of the world. And these things did then, and they do now, just look absolutely rock and roll with good mahogany oak English antique furniture. So that's what it is. That's why it was made. Damage. How do we tell whether it's damaged? Well, obviously use your eyes. Quite obviously, look for chips. And I think there is a little chip here somewhere. Well, there you go. There's a little nibble, if you can just see it there, and obvious. But if you are suspecting that something has a hairline crack in it, which affects the value quite dramatically, then you give it the ring test, the bell test, because these things are such good quality. But when you give them a little bit of a whack with your knuckle, it should ring like a bell. So let's just give it a test. Open your ears. Silence down there. Honestly.
Yeah. But that's a nice piece, isn't it?
It's got a dull thud to it, proving it has a crack, which is why I want to buy it desperately, because it makes it phenomenally cheap. And if you're starting out in the world of antiques, or you want to get into Chinese pottery and porcelain, then go and buy damaged pieces, because you will never learn enough from books or watching videos, even on my channels. Never know enough, never nearly enough as handling a real object. So invest a very small amount of money, buy a proper 19th century Cantonese enamel painted family rose bowl in damaged condition. I'm going to get to the estimate in a minute. It's so cheap, it's unbelievable. And then it's called a touch piece in the trade. So you'll get to know what it is, how it's painted. You'll get to feel it. You'll get to even smell it in some cases and bite it. You can feel the quality hard porcelain on your teeth. So a touch piece in the world of antiques is absolutely vitally important. There's no point in buying a mega mint one. You might as well buy a damaged one. So I'm going to have a go at this. If I buy it, I will offer it to you if you want it. If nobody wants it, that's fine. I'll use it as a very deep fruit bowl. Fill it with oranges and bananas. It will look absolutely drop dead gorgeous. Estimate on this thing, first sale for AFS. Chaps, estimate. Does anybody know?
70 to 100.
No, it's not 70 to 100.
50 to 80.
50 to 80. Give them a round of applause.
Excuse me.
50 to 80 pounds, which is why you should buy damaged, cracked 19th century Chinese bowls.
That's what, if you want to take...
Do again, if you will, the Cantonese piece. 42, 45, 48, 48, 48, the bid, 48. Ladies are out, 48. Bids are all in the room. I've got 48 in the room. Yep, I've got 48 in the room. And I'm going to sell to the room mind. Internet's out, 48.
Thank you very much. Number 14.
Thank you.
40. 40.
40?
Yeah.
Want 40?
Yeah.
40.
Okay.
Don't put it down to somebody else. I bought it.